Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the pre-event press conference for the sixth round of the 2023 FIA World Endurance Championship here at the 6 Hours of Fuji. This is the 10th occasion that the WEC has visited this legendary facility, set in the magnificent shadow of Mount Fuji. It's only fair, I think, to start off with the home fans' favourites, Toyota Gazoo Racing, a team which has won 8 of the 9 WEC races held here at Fuji Speedway, and who arrived leading both the drivers' and manufacturers' standings, claiming 4 out of 5 wins so far this season. So let's catch up with the team principal and driver of the number 7 Toyota Hypercar, Kamui Kobayashi. Good to see you, Kamui. Are you well?
Yeah, I mean, it's the home country for us, and obviously I think we have quite a lot of preparation to here. And of course, I think we have a lot of partner in Japan. So I think we have been visit, I think a couple of company with all driver together. I think we had quite good fun until here. And of course, I think now it's time to race. And I think the preparation was quite well. And, as I see, I think last couple of years, I think we've been quite strong here as well. So I think we expect quite high in this weekend. But yeah, I think so far the weather forecast is a bit unstable. Hopefully, I think the weekend is going to have some sunny here.
You've had a few weeks to digest that great win at Monza. How are you feeling about that performance and also the championship now, which has closed up a bit after those maximum points in Italy?
Yeah, I think absolutely. I think car was really good for us. I think for car 8 is a little bit difficult situation. But at least I think they score point as much as they can. I think that's which was good. I think it feels like after Le Mans, I think we spent difficult time, but I think we work hard. I think the engineer did a great job in Monza, and I think we just bring the better pace somehow. Hopefully, I think we're gonna show again here. It's always with this kind of category. If you go in the track, it's quite unknown. I mean, we work on the BOP stuff to be more equal, but it's more detail. It makes huge difference, and especially once you go long run, we will always get surprised. Sometimes we are weaker, sometimes we are good. It's always hard to judge, especially I think different type of temperature or the track conditions make huge difference as well. So I think we have to be all, on the top, any stage. I think that's the key to be strong here.
This year, of course, we've got the strongest hypercar competition since hypercar began a couple of seasons ago. All bar Peugeot don't have any experience of this circuit. Do you feel that will be a factor this weekend in terms of your direct competition?
Yeah, I mean, I think on the wet condition, I think we are a little bit disappointed, to be honest, on the pace. But the weekend so far, it looks sunny. So I think, hopefully, we keep sunny the weekend. I think that's what brings more the confidence. Still, I think for sure that I think we need to work a lot because competition is very high this year so far. So I think, always we need to fight to bring everything from the car and the driving as well.
Okay, thank you, Kamui. Good luck this weekend to you and your teammates, Mike Conway and Jose Maria Lopez. And let's move over now to Ryo Hirakawa from the number 8 car. Good to see you, Ryo. Always nice to race at home, of course, and you've obviously got good memories from last year when you won here on the way to the title. Tell us what it means to be a Japanese driver representing Toyota here at home at Fuji.
Yeah, like last year, it was amazing year. We won here and then we won championship later. Then, actually I'm looking forward to see many fans in the weekend. And so far it's been a bad weather, so we can't see it. But I think it's gonna be nice to achieve to finish on the Sunday in front of our fans, partners, our family, etc. And it'll be nice.
We got 2 rounds to go. Obviously more points available in Bahrain, but championship-wise, it looks strong for you. I mean, is that something that you think about heading into the weekend?
Yeah, I try not to think about too much. Yeah, but the Monza was a bit unfortunate. Something happened, but we're still leading with a big margin. I hope we can even extend the lead, but so far FP1 we saw Ferrari was strong, so it won't be easy in the weekend, but hopefully we can extend enough for the championship to the Bahrain.
Thank you, Rio. Good luck for your home race this weekend. Let's move over now to our representatives from Total Energies, Peugeot Total Energies, Christian Deltom, the team manager, and Jean-Eric Verne, driver for the number 93 car. Christian, let's just talk first off about that positive third place, the first podium for Peugeot at Monza a few weeks ago. I mean, the change in operations and the change in positivity within the team, what has that done for morale for the team heading into the final races?
Yeah, for us it was a good motivation. This is an important step in our work. It gives us a lot of motivation, but it shows as well that we improve in terms of operation, but in terms of reliability. So it's really nice. The competition is strong. There is more and more Hypercar in the category, so it's really nice. So for us it was a good step, important step, so we have to go forward now.
And this was the scene of the second race for the 9X8 last season, and there was a good run from the 94 car in particular in the early stages of that race. Does the fact that you have data and knowledge of this track give you a bit of a platform to work with heading into the weekend?
For sure, we arrive with a bit more experience because this is the second time. But as I said, there is more and more car in the category, and also I think that the weather forecast will be an important part of the game. So this is a weather forecast, but also the way we will react and others will react. So I think the challenge is interesting. For us, we have a lot of motivation. I think we can have a good position. It showed that we were fast in some condition at Le Mans, but at Monza as well, and we reached the podium. So we will expect to continue on the same way for next.
And what were the key things that were learnt from that wet running earlier today in FP1? Any understanding yet of where things might be if the conditions return for later in the weekend?
I think it's a mix of many things. It could be, I would say, electronic system, traction control, tire management, and also the way to work with the setup with the car. So after 1 year, we have more experience with the setup, but more experience with everything. So it's a continuous improvement for the moment. It's not finished. We improve, but everyone will improve all the time, so we will see.
Thanks very much, Christian. Good luck for
Thank
the
you.
weekend ahead. And let's move over now to Jean-Eric Verne. Jeff, good to see you. How pleasing was it to get that podium at Monza? I mean, we saw the celebrations afterwards. It felt like a bit of a relief, but also a bit of extra positivity heading into these last two rounds.
Yeah, it felt like a massive boost for the whole team. We've been struggling a lot since we started the first race last year in Monza, and we come from a long way, and reaching this first podium was a big milestone for the team. When you work so hard, and you go disappointment after disappointment, that's at some point the success is coming. I think it's a massive boost, and it shows the whole team that the hard work is finally paying off. And I just give an extra motivation and an extra boost in the way that now we know that all the little things that we can improve on the car, reliability, but as well performance, will help us to get more of those good results. So I think it's been probably the most important milestone we have. Now we are more serene, and we're going to keep pushing.
We don't always see what happens away from the track, obviously in the sim and at the test track. Are there sort of key areas that you focused on and built upon heading into this race, particularly this weekend?
Well, I think it's always the same thing. I guess reliability, those cars are very complicated cars. We facing competition that have been here for a long time. Ferrari is a bad example, but we only talk about ourselves, and when we see where we come from, the car may look the same from the outside, but probably everything has changed and has improved. And for that, it's been a tremendous amount of work from the engineers. For sure, you never see the late nights at the factory, the weekends that the engineers cannot go back home because they have to work, all the late preparation that we're doing. We only see the point of the iceberg, but I can tell you inside the team that everybody is working a huge amount, and it's a pleasure to be part of that team because we're all pushing in the same direction, and we don't let a bad result affect us. In any case, it only fuels us for working more, or at least smarter, and pushing the whole team in the right direction.
Thanks a lot, Jeff. Good luck for this weekend at Fuji. Let's move over now to our guests from Porsche Penske. We've got Jonathan Duguid. Jonathan, hope you're well. You come here without any practical experience of Fuji, but tell us how you've been preparing for this race and what the initial feedback has been from the first free practice session for the 963 this weekend.
Sure. I mean, obviously, we're quite excited to be here, in Fuji for the first race for the 963 program. And there's been a lot of hard work on the team since Monza. We've had a good amount of few test days and then also some races in the United States to continue to develop and improve on what we felt was a strong performance in Monza. Obviously, we didn't have a podium result there, but both cars were competitive all weekend. And I think as far as the experience in Fuji so far, the weather played a role, like a lot of people have already experienced. But the positive fact, was that 963 was close to the top of the time charts throughout the entire session, and I think that competitiveness in the wet hopefully will transfer to the dry as well, and we'll get to see what that looks like in free practice too.
And what are the objectives now for this program as we head towards the end of its first competitive season, Jonathan? Is it fair to say that obviously there's been challenges, there always is for a new car and a new design, but obviously that can build upon something or you can build something for 2024?
Yeah, I think we're definitely focused on having a strong finish to the 2023 season. I think it could be looked at as a negative, but we don't have a shot at the championship anymore, so now we're just trying to maximize the results every weekend, and that allows us to take some risks strategic-wise and setup-wise that we might not otherwise do if we're in the championship hunt. And so I think we're taking every opportunity to maximize the result each weekend and also learn anything we can learn for the 2024 season, and we hope to do that this weekend too as well with at least another podium result.
Thanks very much, Jonathan. Good luck to Porsche Penske this weekend. Moving on now to Andre Lotterer. No introduction needed for a lot of people here at Fuji. Andre's so familiar with competing and winning here, won 5 times in Formula Nippon and Super Formula, and really it's your former home, Andre. And what's it like? It's been a few years since you've been back to Japan. I guess it's familiar territory and meeting a lot of old friends.
Yeah, it's great to be back. Has been 5 years that I haven't been in Japan, so yeah, nice warm welcome from the fans, and it's a great motorsport culture here. Actually, I did hear my first test in February 2003, I think, with Formula Nippon on the old track, and so no, I had a really great run here, and was very happy with my career here, both in Super Formula and in Super GT. And it's great that this race is on the calendar and the WEC, and first time here with the 963 is a great feeling.
And just going back to that free practice session this morning, obviously it dried out a little bit at the end. I wasn't sure when you were in the cockpit of the car. Just talk us through what was learned from that session.
I started in the wet, so the track was quite drivable already. It didn't look like with all the rain at the beginning, but we made sure we put things in the window with the settings and everything, and make sure the car runs well. They're complex cars, so sometimes you find surprises, but team did a great job bringing the cars here well prepared, so there were no issues. And as Jonathan said, we had some strong performances, and hope we bring a stronger performance in the dry as well to have a good result.
Great, thanks a lot, Andre. That's not quite it for the questions. We've got some from our guests from the local Seba Elementary School who are going to probe you guys on some serious questions, I'm sure. Probably better questions than I've sent your way. So it's over to our first question, which is from a pupil at Seba, from Suzuki Katsumata. Suzuki, where are you?
整備所5年1組の勝俣壮介です。レース用の車は最高何キロまで出ますか？
These are questions not appointed to someone in particular, so anyone can answer them. The first question is from Sosuke Katsumata. He's in 5th grade, and his question is, what is the maximum speed of the race cars? Okay, Anyone can answer this one.
This is where we find all the secrets to the aero.
秘密だそう
400.
400っておっしゃってます。
You're very fast, huh?
I think 400. You?
250?
And Andre?
399.
Okay.
なんか400キロぐらいのスピードがものすごい速いスピードが出るそうです。
No, but actually, what is it? We
I
need to
think it's
give him
around,
an answer.
I think it's around like 315.
Yeah, it's
315?
over 300, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
over
approximately
300.
350
Yeah.
kilometers per hour.
350ぐらいのスピードが出るそうです。
Okay, we'll go to our second question, which is from Masashigi Ozaki. Masashigi, your question, please.
整理小学校の5年1組尾崎正成です。体調管理などはどうしていますか？
So the question from Masashige is, how do you manage your health and physical conditions?
I think Andre can answer. Huh?
Is that because I'm still going with the older age or what?
You spent
Well-
quite a long time in life in Japan. So
Yeah, it's good food, healthy food, sports, good sleep. So when you are athlete, you take care of your physical condition. So, but there's no sports that really are replicating what we feel in the car. So the more we drive, it's also really good training. Yes.
健康的な食事とか、あとスポーツ、そして睡眠が大事とおっしゃってて、でもドライブと同じような感覚を得るようなスポーツっていうのはやっぱり存在しないので、やっぱりたくさん運転すれば運転するほどいいそうです。
Okay, third question is from Yotsua Yokoi. Yotsua.
整備小学校横谷津です。走ってる時にはどんな気持ちで走っていますか？
So the question from Yotsuha is, what are you thinking about when you are driving the cars?
Kamui will say nothing.
you are right.
なんか特に何も考えたりしないで多分無になって走ってるそうです。
Very good answer. Thank you.
Okay, thanks very much to all our pupils for those questions. Thanks also to our guests. We're going to have a very quick photo with the children, so if you can just stand up, guys, and then we'll get our children through and we'll set up a quick photo opportunity. Thanks very much. Okay, let's begin phase 2 of the pre-event press conference for the 6 Hours of Fuji. And we'll begin with the Ferrari AF Corsa representatives, Batti Pregliasco, team manager, and Antonio Giovinazzi, our reigning Le Mans 24 Hours champion and driver with the number 51 Ferrari. Good to see you guys. Batti, let's begin with you. It's a circuit that you've tasted a great deal of success with in LMGTE Pro over the years, but a new adventure and a new challenge for Hypercar. Just tell us the feeling within the team coming to this circuit, because you're coming to the heartland of Toyota, so it's roles reversed from Monza 6 weeks ago.
We are not shy. We are here to try to do our best, and for sure it's a disadvantage to be here in the home from Toyota. They know the track, they know they have experience from the last seasons, but okay, we are a good group of work and we are trying to do our best. I think we show that we are pushing since the start this morning in FP1. The guys are really motivated. We come from a successful season with good podium, good result, fantastic result in Le Mans. And then, of course, we will do our best together with our competitors, Cadillac, Porsche, and the others, to keep alive the championship, to make a difficult job for Toyota.
Amazingly, it's coming towards the end of the first season for the Ferrari 499P. How are you appraising it? How are you looking back at what's been achieved so far? Is it fair to say you've met and surpassed the initial expectations of this project?
Personally, absolutely yes. It was a big step for us as IF Corsa team join Ferrari and making a new completely step up in the top category. We need to be honest, was a big jump. We were working very hard since August, 1st August last year. And of course, we are very, very happy of what we did till now. That's all. Of course, we were really helped that the project from the start was a very, very good project back from the factory. And the factory made the development in the perfect way to arrive in the championship in such a short time and a good level and good performance level.
Thanks very much, Batty. All the best for this weekend in Japan. And let's move over now to Antonio Giovinazzi. Antonio, good to see you here in Japan. It was where you made your debut in WEC back in 2016, of course, in LMP2. But tell us so far about your experience with this Ferrari Hypercar. How was free practice 1? The Ferrari initially seems to have pace in changeable conditions here.
Yeah, it was for sure a good FP1, still in a different condition from what I think we will find tomorrow and in the start of the race on Sunday. But yeah, it was a good start of weekend, first and second, so much better than this. It was difficult to start like that. Say that, I think already Batty say, I'm really proud and happy from what we did so far, like a team, we started in August from last year, and I think we achieved podium in each race. We did few pole position, and then also we won the best race, I think, of the season in Le Mans. So yeah, nothing to say more, just really proud, and still keep working really hard to improve our car, improve our team. We are a young team, so every race we do, we learn things and we get experience, and we just push hard in this race to, like Batty say, bring the fight for the title in the last race, because it's good for everyone, it's good for the championship, and then we will focus for next year.
Toyota are presumably the targets for Ferrari here at Fuji, but how much do you feel that they might have an advantage here after 2 seasons of data and racing in hypercar class?
Yeah, for sure they are the team and the car to beat, with more experience in every details. They are more experienced in the race, in qualifying, degradation, in the strategy. But I think we show that after 1 year we are there. We put pressure to them. We won Le Mans, but still, I think it's the team to beat. We know that here in Fuji, in a dry condition, the Toyota will be the car to beat, because it's the most complete car in terms of for this layout, let's say, of track. But yeah, we'll see the condition how will be Sunday. If it start to be wet and dry, we need to just react in the right moment and try to give pressure to them. With the competitor will be good as well to give pressure to them. And I think all the cars will be really close together, and this is good for the championship and good to see also a good race.
Excellent. Thank you very much, Antonio. Let's move over now to our Cadillac Racing representative, Stephen Mitas, the team manager for Cadillac Racing. Good to see you, Stephen. Hope you're well. We've seen some strong performances from this all-new V Series R in its debut season. When you looked at the calendar at the start of the year and you saw Fuji, such an unknown in terms of this program, what were you anticipating? What was the sort of preparation in your mind coming into this race?
At the beginning of the season, our focus was on Le Mans. But beyond that, Fuji is always going to be a challenge for us. As you've stated before, it's the first time here for our program. And our results in free practice 1 show that we have some lessons to be learned. We now got some data, reference point, and we'll push into free practice 2 from there.
Overall, how have you felt that the team has performed in these first 5 races so far? I know you put a big emphasis on the operations and the gelling of the team, because it was essentially a new team, but do you feel it's been one of your strongest areas so far?
The operation side? Or?
Yes.
Yeah, I think the team's operationally been fantastic. I think the result at Le Mans suggests that the team's working very well. In Monza, actually, every weekend we're getting better and better. And in Monza, operationally, the team was fantastic, I must say. The result probably doesn't reflect quite well what was going on in the background, but no, every weekend the team's getting better and the car's getting better, and we keep pushing forward.
Thanks a lot, Stephen. Let's move over now to Earl Bamber, driver with the number 2 car, of course, with Alex Lynn and Richard Westbrook. Some decent memories of racing at Fuji for you, Earl. You got pole position here in 2017 with the Porsche 919 Hybrid. What is it about this place that makes it a special challenge for drivers?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's really challenging because obviously there's 2 parts to the circuit. The first part, which is a lot of high speed, and then the last sector, which is really slow speed. So it's definitely a challenge. You have to always be a bit compromised on the car setup. Obviously, our initial laps here in the wet, we haven't done that much wet running with this car, so we were learning a lot this morning, and I think it would be good for us if it was wet again. We can learn more information, and like Stephen said, the team operationally is getting better and better. We're getting more used to handling this car, and for us, being a completely new team into the WEC, where Chip Ganassi Racing normally does the IMSA stuff, it's completely different. So we've been learning, but we've had the potential for podiums each race if we execute. So hopefully we can have something similar this weekend.
Great, thanks very much, Earl. Good luck for this weekend. Let's move over now to our guests from the Floyd Van Wall team, João Paulo de Oliveira. Yeah, good to see you. Hope you're well. Need no introduction to a lot of people here, of course. Spent so many years successfully racing in Japan. I guess you've probably done more miles than anyone put together on this grid in some senses. But just tell us about your feelings coming to race in Japan in the WEC. It's your first time, obviously, with this project.
Yeah, it's great. I mean, I feel really at home here. This is like a home circuit for me. I've been racing here, as you mentioned. I've been 20 years in Japan, so obviously, it's nice to have something that is familiar, because obviously the car is quite new to me, and the series itself. Of course, this is a series with world-class drivers, so the track knowledge here definitely helps, but it helps to a certain extent. And then you got to get, to work with the team and improve the car and make things, work in your favor. So, we had a positive session, especially in the beginning, in the wet. I felt quite good. We're doing some good lap times, but we also see where there is potential in the car to be unlocked and where we can actually, make some steps forward. So this is my goal, is to just basically try to improve those areas where we can, as within the short time frame that I can.
Thanks very much, JP. Good luck for the weekend ahead, and I'm sure you're going to be signing plenty of autographs from fans that have seen you racing here over the last 2 decades. And let's move over now to Peter Collins, team manager for the Floyd Van Wall team. Peter, great to see you. Not familiar to lots of people in sports car racing, endurance racing, but a face that everyone knows from Formula One over the years. Tell us about your introduction into the WEC, what you think of the championship and a new project like this with the Van Wall.
Well, in terms of the championship, I've been really impressed by the professionalism of the teams and the intensity of the competition. And I think it's fantastic to see such a varied grid of cars, and you see everything from normally aspirated cars to hybrid cars. And there's so many different looking cars, different concepts. That's great to see. So it encourages lateral thinking, innovation. And in the case of the Van Wall team, this is undoubtedly a very ambitious project by an individual. And I've always liked challenges, and I respect people who take on challenges and have ambition. So there's the Van Wall name originally in Formula One was a very ambitious program that very few people gave credibility to in terms of it achieving something, but they became world champions. So I think Colin Collins has that ambition, and the program is in the spirit of that, let's say, adventuring approach.
Excellent. Well, good to see you in the paddock, and all the best for the weekend, Peter. Thanks to all our guests. We've got just a few very quick questions from our students from the CB Elementary School, so I'm going to hand over now to the first, which is Daiki Kitajima, and Daiki is going to ask the first question.
整備小学校、5年1組北島大輝です。今乗っている車はどのくらいのスピードが出ますか？
So this is a question from Daiki to the Ferrari team. How fast can your race cars go?
400?
If it was like 400, say
499.
499, yeah.
400.
Yeah, around 3, I think here 350, something like this, 350. Yeah.
350ぐらい出るそうです。
Okay, thanks, guys. And let's move over now to Ruriko Sugiyama. Ruriko, what's your question, please?
整備小学校5年1組の杉山瑠璃子です。レース前のルーティンはありますか？あったらどんなのか教えてください。
Okay, this is a question towards the Cadillac team from Ruriko. Her question is, do you have a routine before your race? And if so, what kind of routine is it?
No, not particularly. I like to watch the onboards of what the other drivers are doing beforehand. I don't like to drink milk because otherwise I feel really bad when I drive. And apart from that, no other routine. I have no superstitions or anything like that. I just jump in.
特にないそうなんですけど、他のドライバーさんがどんな感じか見るのと、あとちょっと牛乳飲むのはちょっと気持ち悪くなっちゃうから、それはやんないっておっしゃってました。
Okay, thank you, Ruriko. And the final question is from Mia Hartigan. Mia, ask away, please.
整備小学校のハーティガンミアです。ドライブしてて一番ワクワクすることは何ですか？
This is a question towards Team Floyd Van Wall from Mia, and her question is, what is the most exciting thing when you are driving?
The most exciting thing when you're driving? I mean, driving itself, a race, I think a race, it's exciting, you know, every part of the race is exciting. You know, if you're a racing driver, I think, yeah, especially the starts are where you need to be more accurate. You have to be very precise in your movements and predict things sometimes and make very quick judgments. I think that turns on the excitement quite a bit. And yeah, I mean, just every part of racing is exciting, really. It's just maybe, I would say the start can be a bit more exciting. If you win the race, that can be very exciting too. So every part, I would say.
Okay. レーサーとしてそもそもそのレースに参加できるだけでもすごいワクワクするそうなんですけど、やっぱりスタートが一番重要なんで、どんだけ正確にできるかとか、そういうのをよく考えて始めて、でその結果優勝できたらもう一番すごいワクワクするっておっしゃってました。
Okay, thank you very much to our students from the local Seba Elementary School. Thank you to our guests today. We'll let you get prepared for free practice 2. We'll see you again tomorrow for the post-qualifying press conference. Thank you and goodbye.
499, huh? 499, yeah. Top speed 499.